Come get some.
Hey guys, Driven to Conquer here, and this is part one of a two-part series for 100 tier 1 rare maps. First off, I want to say thank you for everyone for liking, the subscribes. I'm really trying to grow the channel, so if you can throw me a like or subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. I couldn't fit all 100 maps on this. I mean, I could. They're all done. They're edited. Part 2 is going to come out next week, but it would be like a 45-minute video, and it's not because I'm showing you junk. It's because these maps can just give so much. Like, I don't show you all my grand charms. I show you some skillers, but there were so many 40 life, all res charms, just max damage. Like, there's just so much to them. I'm not showing you bases or anything like that. We do a lot of slams. Slams kind of start around run 26. It's kind of a blessing in disguise. There's some server issues sometimes. We had some horrible bricks, unfortunately, and some stuff, but it's all in the name of fun. Gotta love it. Don't sleep on the tier 1 maps. As far as like MF that we had, it was anywhere between 100 to about 300. I really didn't try to juice up the MF, so anybody that maybe doesn't have a whole lot of MF, you can still hopefully find some of this good stuff. Maybe my RNG was just crazy, but these runs are absolutely bonkers. Not even trying to do clickbait stuff. And part 2 is just as crazy. I kind of thought it would start slowing down, but sometimes these rifts wouldn't just drop one thing. They drop multiple things. And just want to say thanks again for everybody who has stopped by the channel and supported it. I'm excited to make more of these videos. Shout out to Senpai and all the mods for making this possible, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So let's without further ado, let's go ahead. All right, run number 1, we have a pair of sharkskin boots that drop. And they're an ethereal pair of water walk. On run number 2, we find our first rune, which is a pull rune. Continuing with run number 2 at the end, we find ourselves with a Trags belt. Yeah. So Trags, really good set. And then run number 3 is our first real big GG item. We get a Hydro Bow drop, which is my first for this ladder. It's a Wind Force. Now, a buddy in chat wanted to borrow this, and I wanted to slam it, but he kind of saved me from myself. Now, what I'm showing here is that one of the issues that we did have throughout these runs with so many of them is that the servers do need to be shut down from time to time. This was during a particular thing. I think he started adding maps with ghosts in them, or ghost mobs to the map. So we definitely do add more when that would happen, and I wouldn't be able to make the server, because it would take me about 20 minutes to clear these things. I'm not very fast at this at all. I get faster, but I would just try to clear the map for as much as I could, and then I would do that run again. So I really did over 100 runs, maybe like 105. As you can see, as soon as the maps start going, or the servers go down, we start getting drops. We got a dust shroud drop there. I'm just trying to kill as much as I can before that 9 minutes is up. Of course, there's another drop of Warhammer still, just going absolutely berserk, trying to get as much as I can. But yeah, I would still try and own up to that map at least, or honor it. Here's our identification, of course, of that dust shroud. Those are just standards, taboo, whatever. But the dust shroud, Ormus robe. I apologize with my head in the way. I pull my head out of my ass and get rid of the camera here in a few runs. So I apologize about that. And of course, if you're curious, you'll see the maps in the upper right corner. On our next run number 5, run 5 2.0, we get a Deathmatch Shroud, which is a Tal Rasha's piece. Continuing with run number 5, we get a Slayer Guard drop right there at the end. And again, I apologize for my camera being in the way. That's a 2-2 Ariat's Face. Really, really good helm for Barbarian. Apologies again. Don't worry, it won't be there forever. So there goes the camera. We find a Hyperion Spear, still run number 5. This is Ariok's Needle. Really good +4. Really, really cool two-hander. Run number 8 is when we're going to find a Cadesis, whatever, one of those Divine Scepters or Warhammer things. And that's Asteron's Iron Ward, really cool, +4 combat pally skillers. Continuing with run number 8, we find a Swirling Crystal. And that Swirling Crystal is 212. Very, very nice. Still with run number 8, we find a Tragul's trophy. Pretty cool. Yeah, sorry about the no slams yet, but they're coming. Run number 10, we find our next item, or excuse me, we find our next high rune. We find a low right there. Pretty cool. I think it's my first natural low. And continuing with run number 10, like I said, these maps keep giving. We find a Vex drop. Same run, a low and a Vex. Pretty darn cool. Still on run 10, we get kind of a little splurge here of items dropping that you see in the upper left corner. The real notable one is that unique jewel. And that unique jewel turns out to be 5/3 poison facet. Still on run 10, we find a Spired Helm. Like I said, these maps just kind of sometimes just turn it on with the drops. Pretty awesome. That Spired Helm is, of course, a Veil of Steel, one of the coolest looking items. I wish I could have slammed this. Anyway, you guys will see here in a little bit. Still going with run 10, we find a pair of Van Braces. And then also, I think a Lum or Lemroom, what was that? Those Van Braces are Soul Drainers. Really, really good gloves. Absolutely insane. That's a huge run right there. That was just all in run number 10. So here's why I'm glad I didn't slam a bunch of those items just yet. I'm going for kind of a solo transfer. Everything's fine, and then the server crashes. And yeah, kind of unfortunate. I think that was on the 19th, and it's just the way it goes, you know. I really just lost a bunch of juiced up T2 maps. But anyway, run 15, we get back to it. It is what it is. We find a Bone Visage, and we know this one to be, of course, the Giant Skull. Very, very cool. Kind of low on the enhanced damage, unfortunately. Run 20, we find a pair of War Gauntlets. And they're a reasonable pair of Hellmouth. Continuing with run 20. Find a Loricated Mail. And that's nice. +3 Shadow Discipline. Run 21. Keep it going, killing some bovine. And we get a Sir Rune drop. Thank you very much. Moo moo. Moo moo moo. Run 26, we find a pair of Light Gauntlets. They're a pair of Mage Fist. And this is where the slams start happening. We'll go ahead and corrupt these. And we get 9% Deadly Strike. Run 27. Find an Ist Rune. Continuing with run 27. I believe that we find another rune here. We find another Vex rune. So there's another double high rune drop. If you consider that's a high rune, I do, but I know some people don't. Moving forward again with run 27, we find a assassin melee weapon. It's a shadow killer, but only +2 to those shadow discipline, unfortunately. But you know what? I'm kind of getting a little slam happy, and it's gone. Still on run 27, we find a pair of Goblin Toe. Not the worst, not the best. Go ahead and slam it, and we get 30% faster run walk. Still on run 27, we find an Ethereal Maul. That turns out to be an Ethereal Bone Slap. Kind of low on the Crushing Blow, unfortunately, and the resist. But hey, let's go ahead and slam it. And it's gone. Run 28, moving on to the next run. We find a Shadow Discipline Skiller with maximum damage, and then we also find a Telling of Beads for the Disciple set. Nice +1 amulet if you need it. Pretty good on the resist. Run 29, we find a pair of heavy boots that are kind of unique. Gorefoot, I hadn't seen them before. I think it's kind of cool that 20% to leap and leap attack movement speed. Kind of interesting. We go ahead and slam these, and we get +8 resistance. Run 29, we have a little poppable there. Get a light gauntlets. You know them to be some more Mage Fists. Yeah, I do slam them again. Okay. And get a little slam happy. And this one we got 2% mana stolen per hit. Ogre Maul drops, run 29 as well. As well as a Lum Rune, if you saw that as well. That's a Wind Hammer. Not too bad on the enhanced damage. We go ahead and corrupt it. And we get +6 life after each kill. Now I must have found another assassin, another shadow killer. I couldn't find it in the video, but this time we get 24% chance of crushing blow and 30% increased attack speed. Pretty darn good. Run 30. Keep it going. This yields a unique amulet for us, which is Eye of Etlich. Run 31, another unique amulet drops for us. This one is a Mara's. It's my second Mara's I found. So now that I got a freebie, I go ahead and slam that one, get plus lightning resistance, and then decide to slam my other one. You get plus fire resistance. So I guess that'd be good for declone. Run 36, we find another Dust Shroud. See what skiller we get on this one this time. We get +3 to warmth. I don't really play sorcerers, so I'm not too sure, but we slam it and we get 1 socket. Run 36, we find another armor and boss plate. This is Atma as well, another +1 skiller. Pretty nice. Go ahead and slam it, see what we can do. And lightning. Run 37. Find one of our GG items. This is the second time I found this on this ladder. Just off some trash mobs too. Pretty incredible. We find a Shaco. So just like the Maras, feel a little more confident, a little more confident slamming one of these now that I got a backup. And we get a socket on that one. And mine already has a socket, so higher chance to brick on this one. I'm a little hesitant, as you can see. Grab it, and we get 30% point. Run 38, we find a piece of the Griswold set. Continuing with run 38, another unique amulet. And this is Metal Grid. Really excited to test this one out for a summon Necro. Run 39, we find another GG item, if you can believe that. Spiderweb Sash. Know this one to be Arachnid Mesh. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. I had already corrupted mine on the Chaos. So let's hope we can get a +1 skill on this. And that's the way she goes. So, you know, hey, what are you going to do? We're just going to have to find it again. That one did hurt, though, for sure. So, continuing on with run 39, same run. Our next item that we found was a Vampire Gaze. So, we go ahead and corrupt this one, see what we get.
Son of a bitch!
Yep, we got our +1 skill on the old Vampire Gaze. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with it, but anyway, what are you going to do? We found a unique ring on run 40. And it's a Ravenfrost. Run 41, we find a unique amulet again. Just back-to-back drops, it's awesome. We found Saracens. Unfortunately, it's low on the ED, only 30%, bottom as you can. Good on the all resist though. Run 43, you find an Eldritch Orb. And it's a +3 with high lightning damage and negative resist, but kind of low on the fire. But pretty good. See, just right there, we found a Sacred Armor AK set. It's just like drops were everywhere. I couldn't show everything, but I do my best. There was just so much stuff here, guys. These things were awesome. Let's go ahead and just slam this real quick. Kind of forget what I get here. +1 socket. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Continuing with run 43, same run as that Eldritch. We're just blasting away on some spiders now. These guys are my Achilles heel since they're magic resist. Sometimes I would just walk away from them, honestly, but this guy's unique, and we get an Alm Room drop just from that one guy. So now I gotta kill everything I see. Run 45. Blasting away. We get another piece of jewelry here. Yep, unique ring. And this ring turns out to be a really, really bad nature's piece. I really like this ring, but those rolls were really low. Run 45. Find shark tooth armor. Really good. Run 47. We find a Duriel shell. Go ahead and slam it. +1 socket. Continue with run 47. We find another Alm Room just off of a skeleton summons. Pretty darn crazy. And then also same run, we get a Lem Room, not the highest room, but still pretty cool. I find a G-face somewhere, slam it, get 1 socket. Run 48, getting towards the end. This is our last drop for it. We get an Oculus +3. So guys, that is it for the 1 through 50. Part 2 is gonna come out next week. I know people might be upset because it's not 100 runs, but the video would have been like a half hour. And I think that's a little much for these kind of videos. Like I like them personally between like, 10, 12 minutes. Whatever, but I mean, for just 50 runs, we had a low, 2 Vexes, 2 Ohms, an Ist, a Shaco, Atmas, what else do we get? Just everything, a Mara's, and Illich, Metal Grid, just on and on. It just had 50 runs. That's, to me, this is my best run that I've ever had. I've blasted 300 Trav and not found even really any decent mid runes. So pretty happy with this. Not even counting all the skillers I had. Probably collectively, I'm not going to show them all. I probably had between 10 and 12 skillers that I got from, +1 combat and offensive or paladin things. A handful of summoner druid ones. A handful of summoner necro ones. I don't think I got any sorceress ones. I think I got a couple Amazon ones. So we have all those. There's all the bases that we found, all the sets that we kept finding. That's why I was like, I can't identify sets in this. This video is going to be 3 hours long if I do all that. So I hope you guys can understand why I chose to break it up into 2 parts. I promise all the runs are done. It's edited. I do want to add like the maps in the corner as you saw, so people, if they are curious to kind of see what maps I was doing, they can check it out. Speaking of checking things out, please go and look at my Twitch if you want to see this stuff live. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday on a kind of a night owl schedule from 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. If you guys want to check these out live, really, really fun. I'm not sure what my next project's going to be, but it's going to be some more runs. I might change my build up a little bit. By the end of this, I made a Hodo and was really cruising through the maps. I think my Holy Bolts were like 3,400 damage. Nothing super crazy, but we still got room for improvement. Thanks again, guys, if you made it this far. If you guys think the drops were crazy, please like, subscribe, drop a comment, say RNGesus is here. He is within me. Am I the RNGesus? Probably not, but not with that +1 skill. Oh, that's right, we got the arachnid mesh that we bricked. Unfortunately, it's just the way it goes. Content at least. Thanks again, guys. Really do appreciate it. I like these videos. I'll end this long-winded farewell, and I'll catch you guys on the next one that will be coming out next week.